Hey, Chris, you know, my clients have real problems. They just don't have enough work this time of year. So they think that their website's going to bring in all this work, but it doesn't seem like that's happening. And you know, I took a look at their websites. They look pretty good. Like, what do you think?
You know, a lot of times people do struggle with that. They're like, well, what's wrong with my website? But the big key is it bringing in work? A lot of times the website can look good, but if it's not producing results, it's not a tool that you want to keep in your arsenal.
Yeah. So this is Ed LaFlamme, head harvester from the East Coast.
And Chris Darnell from the Mid Coast.
And I tell you what, Chris is going to give us some ideas on what you should really be looking for to really improve your website, right?
Yep.
So that really what draws in the customers.
Yep.
So what should they be doing?
Well, the thing to remember is that a website is like any other tool. You don't want to cheap out on it, but I do understand that it's really hard to qualify. I'm sure that you've gotten quotes at all different ranges. You can look at, sometimes people say, I can do it for $1,500, and then you get a quote for $25,000. You're like, what's the difference? So here's 4 tips to help you choose a good marketer or person to help you really with your website. The first tip is going to be, make sure it's a custom website. Don't have them build with a template. If they use a template, there's other websites that are probably going to use that same template, and then it makes you look like you are reusing a website basically. The other thing is content, Ed. If I could say anything, content is king. You want to make sure that you hire a qualified copywriter to write your content. They're going to be able to do keyword research for what your customers are actually looking for, and then make sure that your website is written to actually draw them in.
Oh, but they're going to say that's so expensive, right?
It is, you know, it is a little expensive, but once you have it, and it continues to draw people in.
How often would they have to put the content on? It makes sense.
Well, you know, it's not really about redoing content or page content. Once you add a page, it's good. And then sometimes you can update for different keywords, but you typically don't have to continue to redo pages. One thing we do recommend is to always be writing blogs. Blogs really help out. You can focus on issues that they're having in their with their landscapes or other things, and that really helps you rank in search engines.
Okay, so some companies I work with have e-newsletters.
Yep.
And they write a blog within that.
Yep.
Can they use that same blog within that and post it on their website?
Yeah, so the blog should be posted on your website.
Okay.
And then in the e-newsletter, you want to have a little excerpt that refers to your website. You want to drive them to your website as much as you can. And then once you get them to your website, you should have really good calls to actions. There's 2 different kinds. There's direct and transitional. A direct call to action is like, call now for your free consultation, or request a quote here. And then transitional is more like, enter in your information to get this 10 tips to planting the latest seasonal flowers. Those help gather information and then allow you to continue to market to those people. The other thing is whoever you're working with on this stuff, you want to make sure that they're results oriented. A lot of times you find a graphic designer or someone that isn't necessarily, they don't know what it's like to stand in front of a procurement board or a customer and close a sale. Well, you want to find somebody that is really pushing to drive sales for your business.
You know something, that reminds me, I remember a client of mine spent $10,000 on updating his site, and then I went on the site right in front of him and I typed in the questions, not words, but questions.
Yeah.
Nothing came up.
Nothing came up.
Nothing came up. He was distraught. Like, what do I do? I spent all this money. It doesn't even work, right? That's what you're saying, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be optimized to what your customers want. You know, a big thing, like in any marketing plan, you should be optimizing to what their issue is. Identify your customer, optimize to their, and then talk about their issue, and then optimize a solution for their issue.
Okay, so there's a lot to it.
Yep,
to get
really
it really good. Yeah,
yep, there
really
sure
good.
is.
Yeah,
there
really
sure
good. So I think you got the idea, folks, that, you know, there is a lot of pieces to the puzzle, but if you do it right, it really works, doesn't it?
It really does.
Yeah, it can bring a lot of sales in.
A lot of business.
Yeah, but you can't do it patchwork. It's got to be done a nice process.
Correct.
So if you're looking to have that done for you, just contact Chris and he'll take care of you. His link will be right at the bottom of this video, so check it out. Hey, thanks so much, Chris.
Hey, thanks,
That was
Ed.
really cool stuff.
Thanks.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah.
And you really helped our site out a lot too. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Wait till the folks see our
Needed-
site when we get it all
needed-
done.
Yeah, it needed a little work, but we're getting
no,
it there.
No, little work. Come on, Chris.